Searching. Damn, I guess it makes sense already. Already. Here we go, baby. Bears versus Lions. Let's go, my nigga. Let's go.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And we will not see a run back on the opening. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
What the fuck?
If he can hold on, instead the drop means it'll be a 4th down. Well, that's not the way you want to start a first pass attempt. attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense for the Bears, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance. Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the
Get the fuck out of here.
And he'll get this one way out just shy of the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
What up? Who's watching, man?
And you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Here's a catch.
Oh, my God.
Collins. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
Cut heat on my fucking defense.
On the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Fuck, man. Hijo de la puta madre.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he'll get
Yes, the fuck.
to the 32-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. And that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there. No fear there in the middle of the field.
Come the fuck on.
9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game, and say, I don't care that they're #2. Let's go ahead.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
A great effort there. His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage.
And his early struggles continue.
Why'd I do that?
There's another one intercepted. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over.
Hit the fucking wrong button.
35-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a
Slow down, Nate. Slow down.
Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Run the fucking ball, Ace. Damn, man.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because, guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown.
Same shit.
A big play there. 51 yards.
Yeah, ain't got no balls around something else.
Quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0.
Fuck, pendejo, hija la puta madre. No mames, güey.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going. Second and 5. Throwing is Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. To throw, Williams. Over the middle to Smith. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? You know, Mike, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defense.
And a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Wow.
Over there as his guys will get the football back. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose.
The fuck out of here, bro.
35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Wow.
It's a foot race, and he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
What the fuck?
Touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
Wow, how is that? I press.
Add on to their first half lead.
This fucking game, bro, I swear.
Down the middle, and that makes the score 28-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touch.
Come on, nigga, let's go.
And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard
Alright, watching the
line.
cast. Let's go, nigga. You're gonna run the same
At
shit.
the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmaker.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And this one will be brought back to the 22. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he is
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback, make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To the air, Williams. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, it's Williams.
What the fuck, man?
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if
Wow.
schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Wow. Wow. Get the fuck out of here. My offensive line is fucking legit, bro.
Timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, nigga. You gotta run the same shit. Don't take out and pick it.
interception. He'll look to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
It's caught to Charles. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
Same fucking shit, nigga. Same fucking plays, pussy.
In the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw.
Wow. Well, get the fuck out of here.
His second touchdown of the game.
Let's go, nigga.
On the year. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights.
Hijo de la puta madre. No mames, güey. The nigga's not even that fucking good. And Madden giving this nigga breaks.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Come on, my nigga. You gonna pick the same shit. It don't take long to pick it.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2 yards to go, second down. They'll go play action here with Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Brian Branch with it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick
fucking
is
bullshit,
right,
bro.
it's good, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Fucking bullshit, bro. It's fucking garbage, man.
The third quarter will start from the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
The fuck out of here. What the fuck, man?
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Come the fuck on.
The ball closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Looking to throw is Williams. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Get the fuck out of here.
Struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Dropping wide open fucking passes, man.
And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Back to throw. Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They run out of the gun with Irvin. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Williams will get this out wide to Adunze. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 4. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throw right side taken in by a
Come on, Uzier.
3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Fucking fumble.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
This nigga caught break after break after break.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Fuck out of here.
To about the 39 here. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Back to throw here.
Come on!
It falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
21-17. Fucking bullshit, bro.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44.
Fucking ridiculous.
That one good for 7 yards. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from walking.
Fucking ridiculous.
Right now,
Oh my god.
challenge.
9 yards on the play and a 1st first down.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That's complete. It's Collins.
Oh my fucking God.
A half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They're going to look to throw. This is caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll set up to throw.
Oh my God.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Same fucking shit, bro. And I pressed down on where it's going to be a short pass.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh?
So looking around,
this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. He'll look to throw.
That should be fucking picked.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, and my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Knocked up by Justin Reed. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set
That
up
bitch got hurt.
First downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry.
Oh, broke his fucking arm. Stick it up his ass.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Come on, how did I not fucking hit stick fumble?
135 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
God, bro. Probably because I haven't been on the sticks for a while.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got it to Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
5 fucking touchdown passing.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
God damn, man. Come the fuck on, bro.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
forward. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On play action, here's Williams. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball.
Oh my fucking God, bro.